Well, if you don't know who they are, you will now. They are the general partners behind Lightship, and it is a venture capital firm that is helping people of color and women get a seat at the table when it comes to technology. So joining us now is Candace and Brian Burkeen. Talk to us about this space of getting women and more Black people involved in this area of technology. And the both of you are doing it together.
Yeah, we are. So less than 1% of all venture capital goes to a Black-led company, even less than that to Black women. And we both believe that it's our life's work to make certain that we can change that dynamic for lots of different people.
It's also good business. Black founders, women founders, the more money you invest in them, the greater the return than their white male counterparts. So it's both good business and good for the soul.
You're also the leaders behind Black Tech Week, right? And that just wrapped up in Cincinnati this week. Talk to us about the importance of this space of these creatives and tech geniuses who are Black being able to see people who look like them in this space.
Yeah, I think what we've done this week is we've brought together the greatest innovators of our time. As Black people, we've been inventing things for a long time. We've been entrepreneurs for a very long time. And we just wanted to make certain that they could all convene in the same space. They build community, they build network, and they do business together. Mm-hmm. So for us, bringing it here to Cincinnati has been a really pivotal moment.
And we thought a lot about the scale of the conference. So instead of just running like one location and having all the talks, 5 talks a day, Black Tech Week is, 100 plus speakers, 70 sessions, 28 venues all around the city, almost like a South by, because there is that much Black tech. And we want people to have curated conversations as opposed to just being talked to.
Yeah. How important is it from both of your perspectives as leaders in Black tech and innovation that Black people lead and captivate this industry?
Yeah, I think we hear over and over that you have to see yourself on the screen, right? You have to see yourself in commercials. You have to see yourself. And so if people can see us doing the work, they may recognize that they could do just as great or better things.
The other thing is that when you have one group creating all the products for all the rest of us, right? Even though we're the majority, not the minority, right? White men get 98 point something or
98.7% of all assets that go kind of to a business go to white males, 98.7%.
98.7%. But white males are not 98.7% of the population.
Right.
Right.
So that means that 1.3% of all assets in the country go to white women and everyone else.
The majority of that is white women.
Right. And the majority of that is white women. Right. And so it's slim pickings over here. We've got to address that issue.
Critically important.
So not just being the consumers of the products that are innovated by white people, let's just call it what it is, but flipping that narrative and being on the other side. I noticed, Brian, you have this shirt saying "Build in Tulsa."
That's right. We do work in Tulsa, Oklahoma as well, with the George Kaiser Family Foundation and this organization called Build in Tulsa. This organization is focused exclusively on Black founders and funding Black founders. They've invested in 3 organizations, Act House, Techstars, and Lightship, to come to their community to invest and train Black entrepreneurs to rebuild Black Wall Street.
Yeah, and we know the history behind what happened there. And so changing that narrative and being on the forefront. So we have Black Tech Week. Talk to me about what was your biggest takeaway and the speakers. What stood out to you the most?
Actually, I talked about this on stage a little bit earlier. So the one quote that has stuck with me this week was from DeTavio Samuels, the CEO of Revolt TV. And he said, storytelling got us into the mess that we are in today. Storytelling can get us out of the mess that we're in. And for me, I took that as meaning like representation, good and bad, matters. But we've had just too much bad representation for too long. So it's finally time to change the narrative altogether. And so that's what we're doing this week. Like that's our takeaway. And everyone that's come has said the same thing. You change the narrative about what Black tech means. We are now seeing this elevated experience. We are doing just as good or better. And so that's, I think, what we're doing. That's what I took away, is that we are now telling a new story. And the story is we've got founders with companies worth billions of dollars just a few blocks away from where I'm sitting right now. And they're all led by Black people.
Wow. And what do you see the future of Black Tech Week?
Well, we're just a part of this kind of journey of Black Tech Week. So Black Tech Week's been around for 7 years before this. This is its 8th iteration. I think we see the conference doubling and tripling, but for now, we're going to take a good 2-week vacation and reset and see what the future looks like.
I mean, when you come off just having a conversation with Serena Williams, it's a long week, but I'm sure she was the keynote speaker, and Candace, you were there for that. So now
I was right there. I was right on the stage. Oh my goodness. That was an incredible experience. And I'm happy that we could provide that for the attendees. We see, I think one of the last big tech conferences she spoke at was it Miami Tech Week?
Yeah, and Emerge.
Mm-hmm. That's a really large, well-funded conference. And my team kicked butt over the last 90 to 120 days to make certain that we could afford to bring the largest voices in tech and innovation possible. And I know that we delivered on that this week. They were able to sit there and listen to Serena's story now, not what she has been doing for many years quite successfully, but to see how she's transitioning or just adding to what she's doing in the venture capital space, and not just saying, oh, she's an athlete, right? She's more than just an athlete. She's kind of changing the game in this arena. And I'm happy to have been able to offer it to our folks.
Candace and Serena represent the future of venture capital, right? There's 2 Black women on stage. Between the 2 of them, they're managing $161 million, right? And to invest in women and minorities, both of them. That's the thesis. And so this is an important stage for people to see what that future looks like. And so then when they see the next person, it's not a surprise. It's not Candace and Serena. Now it should be someone you've never heard of. And that's good too, because that means we're moving forward.
Yeah.
But I think just even with you two, it's a dynamic and an interesting dynamic to see both husband and wife who are doing this together as well. Both of you are changing the game.
Yeah, we were both very successful in our own careers before we got married. And so Brian had a facial recognition company before this, raised $13 million, got it to $120 million valuation, sold the company. And so he had a very successful career before. I had started an accelerator back in 2017, grew it. And then we met at a Black Tech Week, and we both realized that our life's work intertwined, and then launched the fund together in 2020. Yeah.
So and when he met you, he didn't use facial recognition on you, did he?
He did use some AI. Yeah, but he definitely figured some things out.
I did a personality
He
test.
did a personality assessment
with AI to make sure that we were
way too much information for this.
It works.
I love
It works.
The nerds will get you, folks.
Candace and Brian, thank you so much for your time. Leaders of Lightship, doing incredible things in the venture capitalist space and innovation and technology, and we love to see it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Much.
Thank you.